months, working with both the local population and also the refugee and asylum seeker population. We were seeing significant levels of depression and anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder amongst both the adults and the children in the refugee and asylum seeker population. We were seeing children as young as 9 years old who were self-harming and making suicide attempts, and we were also seeing the same in adults. In the children, we were seeing a disorder that we're referring to as traumatic withdrawal syndrome or resignation syndrome. I was on the island for a while, so I got to know quite a few of the children, and they'd talk to me in the settlements or they'd talk to me in the shops. And then gradually these children started to withdraw socially. They became more and more depressed, and they would take to their bed. When we went to visit them in their homes, we couldn't communicate with these children any longer. They wouldn't even talk to their families. They were not eating or drinking sufficient amounts to keep themselves alive. Many of them were unable to even go to the toilet anymore. It was really difficult to see children that I had seen previously, children that could talk and walk, and yes, they were struggling, like all the children on Nauru, but to see them deteriorate to that level of illness was really very horrific. There are some people that say that the children on Nauru are faking these illnesses. I disagree with this. The level of illness we were seeing was so severe that children can't fake this. What we would see is that children would just give up hope. Maybe they saw their friends go through the same deterioration that their friends would take to their bed, and then they also just felt the same way and they deteriorated too. It's not that they were faking it, it's just that in the community, when there's no one to support you, you become hopeless and you have huge levels of despair. You've got to remember that the children in Nauru had experienced trauma, if not in their own home country or on the migration journey, they experienced it in the detention camps on Nauru. You also saw in the families that they had experienced a lot of trauma, and when their children, who they cared for, became unwell, the families did not have the capacity anymore to come around and support them and take care of them. But instead what we saw is the parents would also deteriorate. The parents loved their children, but they no longer had the ability anymore to care for them and support them to the level that they needed for these very sick children. We believe that all the refugees and asylum seekers need to be removed from Nauru. What we witnessed was that the policy of indefinite offshore detention was leading to levels of hopelessness and despair that can only be changed by their removal from the island. MSF believes that everyone should be, all the refugees and asylum seekers need to be removed from Nauru as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Beth. And Médecins Sans Frontières is about now to go to an immediate appointment with UNHCR.